Football League, John.
Yeah, we had the fight for L.A., the Rams and the Chargers.
These guys doing these preseason games. Fight for Los Angeles. I watched both the Rams broadcast and the Chargers broadcast. Like, it's freaking preseason. Don't sales pitch me fight for L.A. There were more Rams fans there than there were Charger fans. Who owns L.A.? Who the hell cares? Let's talk about the Rams come from behind win. Rams started that game against the Chargers and just pounded them. I mean, really beat them up. Stetson Bennett, third quarterback of the Rams, throws for 324 and 2 touchdowns, took every snap. Now, he has started both preseason games, and he has really looked sharp. He's a very different guy right now. On top of that, the Rams ran for $143 against the Chargers' rebuilt defensive front. Now, Trey Lance came off the bench. He played better in the second preseason game than he did in the week ago and than he did in the Hall of Fame game. Lance threw for 121, scrambled for 25 more, but the defense didn't play very well. Terrible, scary injury to Quentin Johnston. I mean, he suffered a concussion. He was spent overnight in a hospital. He's been released. I mean, he got pounded on a pass that was thrown into double coverage, but he took a wicked hit. Should have been a penalty flag. It was a hit on a defenseless receiver to his jaw. And the hit was so violent that Quentin Johnston, who was in the air, came down on the back of his head, which complicated the concussion. The officials were poor. So the Chargers, yeah, they chipped away. They came back, but they wound up losing in overtime. The bigger story is what was fact or fiction over the weekend with the quarterback Matthew Stafford. He was supposed to throw on his own Saturday morning at the facility. The Rams refused to answer any questions at all as to whether he actually went through that workout. Remember, a Saturday ago, he threw 68 passes, and they were excited, and he woke up Sunday morning and Monday and felt terrible and could not practice. He had missed 4 weeks of practice. He showed up today, and he practiced. He took every snap with the number one unit, 7-on-7s and 11-on-11s. He spent all last week in a hyperbaric chamber to help with the disc problem in his back. Came out today. True. McVay said it's a day-by-day situation. We must evaluate how he feels later tonight, what he feels like tomorrow. Stafford was not made available to the media. But the fact he threw about 35 passes, I was told, full bore today, 11-on-11 and 7-on-7s, did all the individual thing, did the teamwork. That's a positive sign. But I want to see how his back reacts tomorrow, how it feels on Wednesday, because he's not been hit yet. He's not been in any football scrimmage type activity. So that's the latest on the Chargers, the Rams, and the fight for LA. Who cares? Go ahead, your response.
When I think of Matt
Stafford,
pardon me. Matt Stafford in the hyperbaric chamber, I'm getting like visuals of Darth Vader in Star Wars. You know, it's kind of funny. But didn't you feel confused watching that game with the uniforms? You know, granted, it was one team was wearing white and blue pants, the other one was the opposite, you know, blue top, white pants, but it still was kind of confusing.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to, obviously, if you're experienced, you know what you're looking for, but for the average fan, I was thinking about that. I want to know about this Quentin Johnston injury. You know, he got knocked out, was it a concussion, and didn't it look like a pass that he should have caught? And so isn't he like really becoming persona non grata on that roster?
Well, he didn't get the first one, which was thrown lower at his feet. It's tough for a 6'5" guy to get down. It came off his fingertips. The second one was high. He beat the guy, and it was right there. But ball got there. He got hit almost simultaneously by the first guy, and the second guy wiped him out. I was furious. There was no flag for hitting a defenseless receiver. And the TV crews hardly mentioned it at all. I mean, it was a blow to his jaw and then the shoulder into the shoulder. That's a defenseless receiver. Blindside, late hit. I felt really bad for the kid. And then what happened during the course of the game when he was out, all their other young receivers stepped up. Between Trey Harris and the other young wide receiver, they combined to catch 8 balls for like 130 yards. So Now, we saw there was no sighting of Keenan Allen because he'd only been in camp a couple days, so he'll probably play this coming weekend. So I think the Chargers are looking better and better at the wide receiver core with depth. But again, depth and speed with a kid is one thing. Depth and size and speed with a veteran guy who's been to war, that's really different. So we'll have to see how long Quentin Johnston is out, and Quentin Johnston still has to prove himself. I think Quentin Johnston's competing against Quentin Johnston to be part of the rotation. But you do have Ladd McConkey, you do have Keenan Allen. They are going to throw to the tight ends, but depth becomes an issue. But the two kids, I thought, Keandre Lambert-Smith and Trey Harris, I thought really, really played well.
Well, what's your take on the O-line? I mean, what did you like out of Joe Alt on the left side? Did you see any guys that were maybe doing better than you expected?
Well, they only played one series. Starters only played one series.
Okay.
And then it was backup city. So I don't think we really know. I think Alt's going to be fine. I get huge questions about what's at center. Huge questions about Mekhi Becton, who's not taken a snap yet. He's not practiced since July 28th. Yeah, it's really weird. And I got a huge question about Trey Pipkins, third-year right tackle who's been found wanting at right tackle, found wanting at right guard. Now he's got to go back out and play on the edge. So I think they got issues. And I think they got all kinds of issues in the defensive front. I think their defensive tackles have question marks everywhere. And once we get to the regular season, those guys, the T.R. Tarts of the world, they got to be able to hold up. And I haven't seen them hold up in the preseason games they played yet.
And they're doing the 3-4, right? So is the defensive tackle just a nose tackle?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we're going to find out a lot more.
So it's not a complete football team right now, not by any stretch. And there is no sighting, there is no practice yet for Naji Harris. So that means 2 weeks from now, opening day, Kansas City, kids.
Well, what do you think of Hampton? I mean, I saw some of his moves. He looked all right.
He didn't play much, but he played with power.
Yeah, he did.
Boom. So unanswered questions going forward.
All right.
Okay, we go from Chargers Rams. You have a call, comment, feel free. Fans Forum chat box is available.